Okay, I finally got all of my seeds together. Um, I have been slowly but surely buying all the seeds that I want for the fall and for next year, from my favorite places to get seeds. Well, this most reliable to me. Um, it's not a lot, but today my last Baker Creek seed order came in and I'm on a seed new buy. Because I'm really trying to monitor how much I'm spending in the garden. I'm really trying to focus on the things that I actually like to eat on the garden. So I'm not trying to do too many new things. Um, I've saved a lot of seeds so far this season. Um, from things that I like. I eliminated things that I'm never going to grow again because they're not reliable and stuff like that. So to get on with the seed haul, I'm going to start with Dollar Tree. So I was just recently in Delaware County. So I'm in Philadelphia Zone 7B. I was recently at a Dollar Tree that was really nice in Delaware County. And they still had their seeds out, which is surprising because all the Dollar Trees I've gone to do not have their seeds still out. And so I picked up some spring seeds. So let me focus this better. Here, that's better. Hold on. Okay, so the first seed that I got is spinach. I have not had any success with spinach yet, but I'm going to keep trying. The spinach is for this fall, and then I'm going to try again in the spring if I'm not successful. The next seed that I got is more pickling cucumbers. I've been really successful with cucumbers this year, but I wanted to grab some more because I usually don't save seed from cucumbers. Not that I won't in the future, but I grow a lot. Like whatever we have, like whatever variety we have in the garden, we'll just throw the seeds out there. So we don't plant one variety. So there's a high chance of cross-pollination. So I get new cucumber seeds every year. So I got the usual, which is pickling, and another one that I've grown before is straight 8. I also got some radishes, which is also for the fall. This is early scarlet globe. Next, I got some carrots. This is going to be my first year trying carrots. I did already sow some carrot seeds out there, and they are germinating very well. It's actually this variety from Baker Creek. I got it in the free seeds, so I decided to start with that. It's the Danvers half long number 126. So these are the ones that I got from Dollar Tree. That's another radish, same variety. I also got cauliflower seeds. I've never tried cauliflower in the garden, but this was 31 cents, so it's like I might as well grab it now. Even if not successful, it's, just 31 cents to try. So I got some Snowball X cauliflower. I also got some Golden Acre cabbage. I already started some seeds for this, and they're growing well out there. I have to transplant them into the ground. I'm trying to see if I can overwinter broccoli, cauliflower, and cabbage, and also carrots, to see if it will last out there in our winters. Sometimes it can get really, really cold here. That's not a normal winter for us where it's super cold, but I want to see if it can last all the way till spring, and so I can have something fresh out of the garden in spring instead of having to wait all the way to July for our first harvest. And I also got some dwarf blue kale because I could not seem to find that at Lowe's or Home Depot for some reason. Next is going to be the Lowe seeds. So to start off with, I got some sunflower seeds. So this year, once again, the sunflowers that we planted from the pack, which we did get from Dollar Tree, were not true to the name of the pack. So we planted some, it said mammoth, but they turned out to just be regular sunflowers, like the ones like we would feed to birds. So I decided to start over and just get a new fresh pack. And this variety is called Skyscraper. It's supposed to be one of the biggest seeds out there, like jumbo size sunflower seeds. My goal with this is I want to get at least 2 sunflowers so I can try to make my own ranch sunflower seeds. Like, I see how much I eat ranch sunflower seeds. It would be nice to have my own ranch sunflower seeds from the garden. So I got the biggest variety that they had. I also got some celery. I wanted to try celery next year. I never tried celery before, so I got some organic tall Utah celery. They only had 2 varieties of celery, so this is something I'm going to be starting in December, because celery seeds take a very long time to germinate, and they also take a long time to get going. So hopefully we have a few plantings of celery. Next, I got some honeydew. I don't know if I'm gonna grow this, but I just been thinking about honeydew this whole season. Wishing that I tried to plant it. So this is a maybe, but I wanted to get the seeds just in case I'm going to try it next year. Next is, these are seeds I'm going to be sowing tomorrow. I got some DeChico broccoli. This is a very short day to harvest broccoli. I've never grown broccoli before, but like I said, I wanted to try to see if I can overwinter broccoli. I'm not necessarily hoping to get a harvest this winter. I'm hoping to get it in the spring. So I got one variety of broccoli called DeChico, and I got another variety that's a longer day to harvest, which is Waltham. I also got, I opened the pack to see, make sure the seeds look like the ones that I got from the Dollar Tree. And they do. I got another pack of bush beans. I planted some out there about a week ago. They're already germinated and everything like that. But it was only like, what, 8 seeds. And I got, what, 5 to germinate. So it was really poor germination. So while I'm not going to plant these out again, I got another pack because I want to have a lot of bush beans in the garden next year. Next, I got some Early Girl tomatoes. We grew this one year from a store-bought plant, and it did good. So I decided to get seeds for it just so we could have an early tomato out there. Our tomatoes didn't start coming in till late July. That's when we first started getting, it was only the cherry tomatoes. So I wanted to have at least one tomato variety out there that's early next year so that we could have tomatoes as early as possible. Next is yellow pear. I grew this in 2020, I believe. Yeah, and this was the best tomato year we ever had. This did really well. This produced a lot of tomatoes. And so I want to grow this again, see what kind of success I can have. I did try to grow it again, I believe in 2022, if I'm not mistaken. And it just did not do well. Like, it died from blight really quick, which was a surprise to me. So I'm going to give it another shot next year. And last but not least, from Lowe seeds, I got some Oriental Wonder pole beans. Grew these in 2020. I had a good harvest for them. The only problem with these attract ants, and while you're harvesting, the ants do bite. So I gotta see what I'm gonna do different this year. Yeah, but yeah, Oriental wonder pole beans, also known as the yard long beans. So next, from Pinetree Seeds, I got some more carrots, and these are going to be spring carrots. It's a variety called Tender Sweet. I got another variety of spinach because I wanted to have at least 2 varieties of spinach to see which one does the best. This one is called Veriflay. Both of them are heirloom spinaches. I'm trying to stick more with heirloom for some things, and for things like tomatoes, I will be doing more hybrids, only because tomatoes are more finicky with the weather. I got some Dazzling Blue Kale. I grew this before as well. I wanted to try it again. A good theme here is I'm just going back to things that I've tried before, just to test them out again since I had success before. So I also got the red yard long beans. I tried these before as well in 2020 and had a really good harvest for them. So I'm excited to try them again next year. I also tried this in 2020, the tromboncino squash, just that really long squash. I did buy some yellow squash and some zucchini seeds, but I'm just going to give up with zucchini and squash because the vine borers get them. So I'm just going to try this again, and we had really good successes. We harvested a lot from this, and the vines were crazy. Even when we cut them, it was really hard to kill them. So I'm going to try this again next year. I'm actually scared to try this with how wild this plant grows. And another thing that's new that I got this year is shallot seeds. So I have been recently testing shallots here and there in the kitchen, and I think I prefer shallots more than I prefer onions. And so I wanted to try again to grow alliums in my garden. In Philadelphia Zone 7B, we are affected by the allium leaf miner, and so far I've been able to get ahead of it. I've tried out chives this year. My chives did not die because they were covered up in May all the way into June, and so my chives are doing really well. So this year I'm going to try buncheon onions. I'm going to try shallots and garlic under cover. So you have to cover them in September and October, and you have to cover them in April, May, all the way into June to avoid the allium leaf miner. And hopefully we can have a successful year with garlic. And the garlic that I'm growing is actually from Trader Joe's, so just a regular organic garlic bulb. I find that that's more affordable. It's only 69 cents a head, so I bought a few heads of that and I stored it in my closet in a dark, cool place, and I'm going to plant it right after Halloween. And last but not least, I got Swiss chard. Swiss chard and beets don't do really well, again, because of the spinach leaf miner. So leaf miners are something that really seems to be affecting my garden. They affected the sweet potatoes I grew this year, but it's been so hot that they actually burned inside the leaves. I mean, that's terrible, but we have leaf miners all around the garden. So I'm going to try Swiss chard again, and I'm going to try it undercover. I'm also going to try beets, but I'm going to try them undercover. We'll try to cover them and see if we can get a good harvest. And my last seeds are from Baker Creek. I needed some more chive seeds because, you know, the germination goes down. So Got some regular chive seeds. Only 2 of my chive seedlings lasted from a winter sowing that I did 2 years ago. So I wanted to make a bigger patch of common chives. I have garlic chives and common chives out there. The free seeds for this order, which to my surprise, because I usually only get lettuce and carrots, it's a free seed, so I'm not too picky. They gave me Amish paste tomatoes this time, which was really surprising to me. I don't know if I want to grow them again because this is an heirloom tomato, and heirloom tomatoes do not do well. The big ones, they do not do well in our weather. So we'll see if I try it. I also got some bunching onions because I want to try to dry them and make onion powder next year. That's the goal. I don't know how realistic the goal is. I don't know how it's going to turn out. But along with the garlic and the shallots, I'm going to try bunching onions again so I can make onion powder. And this is a Japanese variety. I can't even pronounce it. I tried this before. This is Chinese broccoli yadva. I had some problems again with something that was mining into the leaves, and then the whole plant just died. So I'm going to try to sow this outdoors. The only way that I tried this was transplanting, and when I did the hardening off process, that's when the plants died off from something mining into the leaves. So I'm gonna try this again because it reminds me of broccolini, and I'm trying to get away from broccolini because broccolini is a hybrid seed. Again, I'm only trying to do hybrid seeds for things like tomatoes, but when it comes to, you know, lettuces and kales and all that kind of stuff, I want to do heirlooms. And this is an heirloom seed, and it's very similar to broccolini. So I'm going to try this fall, and I'm going to try again in spring. I got some asters. This is another, I believe this is a Japanese variety as well. Can't pronounce that. I've never grown asters before, but I want to get more flowers into the garden. And this was the free seed that I got that I already planted. It's the Danvers number 126 half long carrots, and hopefully we have some success with that. So that was the total seed haul. I saved up for these seeds and purchased them over 2 months, again because I'm trying to stay on a strict budget in the garden from here on out, and only planting things that I like I was gonna say meaningful things, but yeah, only planting things that I like, things that I know my family will eat, because I don't want to waste any space. So that concludes the haul. The next video is going to be the start of my herb garden for 2026. I am heavily focused on preserving herbs, as you can see in my latest video. So it's all going to be about my herb garden plans and starting my herb garden. I'm starting really early because I'm trying to do a little bit so I don't get overwhelmed. A little bit every month so I don't get overwhelmed. But yeah, I want to grow a lot of herbs to preserve this year. So far, I've only been able to preserve about 1 cup or 1 pint of dry herbs for each of the herbs that I harvested, which is not bad. I've been eating the dill and the basil, so that is like not getting me anywhere while I eat it every time I harvest it. but I would like to harvest more. And I also have a separate section in the garden that I'm trying to develop into a tea garden. And so far I've got lemon balm, I've got bee balm, I've got echinacea root. I'm gonna try to use the root and the leaves. So I bought 2 types of echinacea. I have mint and I have chamomile. So I'm really trying to develop the tea garden that I have started out there. So until my next video, thanks for watching.